Oh my gosh. What is happening? Everything is like going crazy. What in the world is going on? Hey everybody, how's it going? Let me turn down this music a little bit here. I think now I'm like watching myself here on stream. I'm glad that it's all muted because, yeah. Keep it a little low. But welcome to another build night. This is a poorly named, labeled stream, obviously, because I had intended to stream a different game at another time, but guess that didn't go so well. But overall, can't complain. It turned out just fine. So, right now we are gonna go ahead and crack open another kit, and let's get to building. A couple things I want to share about this particular stream. Just what a Sunday at the at a It's Keikoni Day looked like today, and also taking a look at what we're building, maybe some build process-y stuff. If any of y'all have any suggestions or things that you want to see that I can demo for all of you, awesome. I could totally do that. And what we'll do right now is everyone sees my hands. Everything else looks pretty good, right? Pretty centered. Maybe have to back up just a tad bit so you can see the entirety of the space there, right? I think it looks pretty good now. All right, let's get to it. So let's grab a kit that I am working on. I don't have to build a backpack for the Strike Freedom, but there's a lot of custom-y things that I have to do to it, so that may have to wait just a smidge. So let me go ahead and grab a kit here. I think we might as well build the Beyond Global. I think this will be fun to build, and we've already started it the last time, so it's like, no big deal. Nice. Everything else, it looks like it's working. Okay. Do some unboxing here. So, just to give you a heads up on what our Sunday today looked like. So, in the It's Keikoni household, so got some errands done in the morning, and then my fiance's friends who were here from Milwaukee, they were visiting, and they were planning a whole vacation out here, and so we spent some time with them. And after spending some time with them, my fiance already just went down to a brewery while I helped someone learn how to drive, which was definitely a really fun experience. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was really fun. I recall the time, drop it in the chat from whatever the time that you started driving, and what kind of situation was it? Was your dad driving you, your parents, whoever was driving, which adult was teaching you how to drive? What did that look like? But as everybody's trying to kind of fill it in the chat, for those who are watching, thank you for joining me today. It's good to have all of you joining me here. My experience with being taught how to drive was not great. I don't even remember how many times I got yelled at so much because I was doing everything quote unquote wrong. Yeah, because apparently I don't know how to drive. Anyway, so I got yelled at a lot. Apparently that I don't know how to drive. Of course I don't know how to drive. I'm trying to learn how to drive, right? So that was that. And it was just not the best moment. I need F1 9. Please tell me this is F1. And then we're always thinking F1 racing right there. And remember, if you don't think God hands are worth it, you should think again, but you don't need them. It's like if you want to, if your intention is to keep tools for like the next millennia, then you grab a pair. But going back to story about me driving. So I learned on a 91 Honda Accord, and it was a good car. But I remember, so my father, I was fortunate enough to learn, and unfortunate enough to learn how to drive, because of my dad. And I could never ever tell you where the yelling stopped or wherever the yelling began. So it was always kind of a toss-up, if you will. So just telling the fiance our orders are coming in. We're really hungry for dinner. We were kind of just like, we had a really good brunch kind of thing. It was pretty heavy. We went to a burger place in downtown, and it was super fun. So, with that being said, we'll continue. So, I didn't miss any on my the written exam. I also, like, I can't remember how many I missed or if I missed any, but I did a really good one, and the thing that I remember during that the driving test, the actual like practical portion, was the person who was doing my assessing was like, "Excellent flight, young man." And I'm like, "Thank you, but thank you, I appreciate it." Obviously, like, I didn't expect that kind of high praise, but having been yelled at multiple times and then hopping in with somebody else, they get the chill splendor of me driving like a normal human being because I'm afraid to be yelled at. So, but yeah, I have my license, and no, I am not claiming to be the most perfect driver. Yeah. I'm glad that there are people, who have not received a ticket. I got one in California when I was younger. And it was $301. Speeding ticket. $301 and driver training, so that we didn't show up on the record. $301. It's like, oh my god. Figure out how to come up with $301. It's crazy. I was like, really? Oh my gosh, $301. Multiple accidents. Not my fault. So, me. You hear that sound? So, I apparently, the way that you can tell for fresh cheese curds is that if you bite into it, it has that squeaky sound in your teeth. It is the strangest thing I have ever heard in my entire life. In my mouth. But, whatever. Anywho, we're going weird over here. Oh, I forgot the back. Dang it. Oh, I thought that was gonna be done. Said no one ever. Alright, I'm gonna actually take these parts out. So I'm gonna need these. Put this away. And we're gonna turn the light just a little bit. And then we're gonna just readjust the tad. There we go. Just making sure it's correcting. Oh, there it is. So that should be better. Oh, look at that. So much nicer. Alright, bet. So, got this piece. Got this one just sliding into it underneath. And then we clamp this part together. So, one has to go down. Then this portion is A15. This has to make that like satisfying click. Oh, this has a ball on it. Oops. It's having a hard time focusing. Hold up. Not too shabby. So yeah, help them learn how to drive for a little bit. It's more like, let's just figure out where you're at. I know you mentioned that you've had practice, but I haven't seen it. And I'm not trying to sound like, like, oh, I don't know, I can't figure that out. Like, I can't just like throw you into the deep end. I gotta kind of know within the parameters of what I think is where you're at. And then make a determination based on that. So we ended up driving for around a few hours, maybe like 3 hours, like that. And they did pretty well. A little bit on the meek side when it comes to like hitting the gas, especially coming out from a stop sign. Like, you don't have to do that, but I mean the intention is there, but you have to make your intention known, or else people are gonna like start yelling at you or honking your horn or this, that, or the other. So that's that portion. Alright, F126. But overall, after that practice, like, they seem to be more confident, and they felt a lot better about it. I mean, they did mention that, they've been yelled at, and I don't want that kind of experience for anybody else other than like me. So I try my best to be as calm, cool, and collected as possible. Because I know that people need something or someone to be like consistent and calm, and something that they don't have to worry about, because they know that if they look back at them, they got their ish together, and yeah. So I'm trying to get this nub mark out of here, even though I know it's not going to be seen. It's still important to practice like good cleanup habits. Don't be sloppy. And like even if you know you are not bothered by it, people are gonna point that out, bro. And also, you'd probably be the more annoyed one out of it, so. Oh! Drop it. So yeah, no, that was my day. It was a very nice and pretty kickback kind of day. Also, I have work tomorrow, which is nice. So I'm definitely getting my build in. I'm so sorry that these last couple of weeks have been like rescheduled or canceled or not done. It's because I was out of state and like yeah. There really wasn't anything else to say outside of like I was out of state and I could have right, but we're on vacation. I wanted to be like somewhat away and I wanted to do something with like whatever I had. That's why this title is a little strange, where it's like, come watch me play a video game when I'm not actually playing a video game. I'm building Gundams. So you know. There we go. We're gonna get the excuse me. Just trying to get beam sabers out of here. I'm like pretty excited about like it is like bomb delicious. I think we ordered like a couple of mango. Hey, thanks for joining us. If you were just joining us, welcome to the build night. I'm your host, Kate Coney. It's good to have you. And we were just talking about a little bit about some fun things that have been going on in my day. We were talking about drop into the chat if you who taught you how to drive. Who taught you how to drive, and what was that experience like? I was talking about how my experience was with learning how to drive. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. There's like this yogurt shop like down the street. Oh my gosh, it's so good. They have a lot of like fruits. Fruits and veggies galore. And so we talked about that. And talked about how I was teaching somebody how to drive today for like 3 hours. And they did pretty well. I was saying how meek they were when it came to accelerating, but I understand, especially when you're like learning how to drive. So I get it. But like I told them, make your intention known. Gosh, it's so hot. Not this, but it's just like, it's like, I think like 90 degrees. And we're spending a lot of time fighting the heat or the cold. to be at like 67 all year. But they have to make it really complicated apparently. So right now also we're building the 40th anniversary RX 782 Beyond Global. So we just got the torso. Part 1 is now complete. That actually looks really, really good. No panel lining, nothing yet. Just making sure that every portion is built. And now we're moving on to lay head. So I'm gonna slide this out of the way. But yeah, no, crazy. So yeah, if you're hanging out, like, again, like I said before, like, topic of the day in chat is who taught you how to drive and what that experience was like, and did we have the same experience? Yeah, nah. Were you getting yelled at because you didn't know what to do with the steering wheel because the steering wheel was telling you to go left and right, but you were told to go straight, which means there's no turning that you do on that one? You thought the brake was the gas or the gas was the brake? Or have you ever had the experience where you were learning and you hit another car? Like, what kind of car were you driving? Was it stick? Were you learning in a manual car? Right. Were you learning in I don't know. Were you learning in like a very old car that didn't have power steering? A 91 Honda Accord LX like me. A 96 Isuzu Rodeo. A 1993 BMW i325S. Nissan Quest. Acura TL Type S 2001, 2002. 2006 Saab Aero 93. 350Z. I don't know. Now I'm just listing out cars that I've driven. 370Z Nismo. Oh man, 1990 Gold's Volvo station wagon, no power steering. Yikes. I am so dead. That is crazy. Thanks for sharing. B Mitch Loud 1212. Sorry, my contacts are like going in and out of like focus. I need to get new contacts. But dang, those Volvos last forever too. There was something that I saw in the news too where someone did like 1,000,000 miles, and they were given a new car. It was just super sick. But my gosh, can you believe how much, like, you have to go to the gym to even, like, turn the thing to the left or the right. You must be jacked. Holy cow. Like, your arms must be like, dang, crazy. Alright, let's do the face. E12. That is wild. Oh my gosh. It must have been such a fun car to drive though. Like, was it that station wagon must have been great for like trips. Trips going to literally everywhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, go out and hang out in like another like go camping, because that station wagon's got a lot of room. A lot of room. I think you could put like a bed in it, can't you? Because that would have been sick to go camping in. Like, really? Face plates. Gosh, there was a time at Anime Boston. Yeah, that's a good hangout car. Like, what was the hangout spot like? Because I know that when I had my car, even though like there was like a hangout spot in the neighborhood, like you know those green transformers, like in kind of like those suburbia neighborhoods, right? That was we dubbed that the neighbors, and all the neighbor kids in the whole like cul-de-sac or whatever dubbed it the green box, and that was where people would, you know, chill, hang out, drink, and bring like instruments, and we would all be just like singing. My gosh, those were the days. To be so young. We didn't have like TikTok or all that jazz. We had like MySpace, Zanga. Like you couldn't even go on Facebook, my dudes. Like Facebook was kind of like you had to have a .edu account in order to have like FBZs, and then now you can literally like fake an email address and you can have a Facebook. You don't even need. Sometimes you don't even need a Facebook account. Sometimes you really do if it's a business. But like, my goodness. But the spot outside of the green box was there's a hill that you could drive up, and there's like at the top it was like some, I don't know what denomination it was, but it was definitely the church on the hill, right? And the church on the hill is where you would drive up, and you would definitely like look out into the city from like up top of there, and you could like point out a lot of different places. It was so chill. The other place was there's this park in California. Like you knew people did some stuff there. Like, you know, as what teenagers do. I don't know if it's actually exactly what all teenagers do, but like I think that's the park where everyone like smoked weed and like did drugs, had like copious amounts of fun times. And yeah, those were kind of the spots. Like that's where we would like roll down and like chill at, but also chill at like our friends' places, or like go to the beach or whatever. And yeah, so those were the times. So BMH Odd 1212, like, what was that spot for you, or anybody? Go ahead and chime in the chat, like your car and like your favorite hangout spot when you got your license. Like, where did you go and what did you do with your car? Like, what was that like? Because that's like the fun part about it. We're over here trying to make like masterpieces or whatever, because we're so into our craft. those of you who are joining us, welcome. I'm obviously, of course, if you like what you're seeing and like what we're doing, please don't hesitate to follow us. We'd love to grow our community, make sure that we are a community that is well known to have build nights, because you go to a hobby shop or other places, it's kind of like different in terms of like safety or anything. So I figure that some of us could totally bring back build nights in a way that is purposeful, intentional, and you can kind of legit take it with you. So I build Gundam. I also paint Warhammer stuff, but primarily Gundam, because hashtag plastic nerd. And no, I actually started Warhammer later. So there is, while I learned a lot of really great skills of Warhammer, but the core of it all is totally Gundam plastic models. Where is the A runner? Oh, hello. There you are. And what am I looking for? A what? 11? 11. There you are. It's yellow. Huh. Thank you. Alright, let's cut that out. There it is. I think the only thing about this yellow is that it will sadly have a sticker, and I'm like really bummed out about it. But again, if you're just joining us, just a quick recap. Shared about the day, things that were really important about today, how chill it was, what was done, and then talked a little bit about, a little bit more specific about the day where I did teach somebody how to drive. Talked about how my dad yelled at me while I was learning how to drive because he didn't think I could control the car, and it's kind of funny when you get yelled at and you're obviously a learner. you're learning how to drive and you're getting mad at me. Okay, great. I know that I am in control of the vehicle at the moment, but chill, man. I'm just trying to learn. So I made sure not to freak them out and not yell at them like I had been growing up. So then went through people's cars, what they drove, and awesome cars. Like, you'll see some in the chat. If you couldn't see what's in the chat, if your chat is empty, the car that was shared on chat was a 1990 gold Volvo station wagon with literally legit no power steering, 0 power steering, like nada, no tango power steering. Actually don't know how to say power steering in Spanish. So if anyone can help me, then cool. And then cutting off these safeties, which it was interesting that they never really told you to cut it off. Like, over my time, like, I've never cut them off because I was just like, you might as well keep them on. I don't want to stab anymore. But it's not as sharp. Alright. Now we gotta get the little weird jewel-headed thingy. E1 3. Oh. Ah. Damn it. Hold on, y'all. There we go. That satisfying click into place. Alright, we got a head. We're getting but we're getting ahead by making a head. Alright, let's see what's next. What if I don't want to build that section? What if I don't want to build those? Because they're so repetitive. It's the arms. Because I am going to skip the arms. Because I want to build the torso. And what I love about Gunpla is that you can, however you decide or whatever order you want to build this in, just build what you want, man. Just build what you want. I want to build this torso. So, I have every intention to build this torso. There we go. And now I was able to change it. Category. There we go. Updating the actual, like, finally figuring out how to update the name or whatever. Alright. So, let's see. Where should I begin? F1. We're going to be living in this cacophony. So, yeah, again, if you're just joining us again, great to have you. What the hell? Interesting. I thought I heard like somebody like yelling or whatever. We're gonna keep moving. We are F124. But yeah, like this has been the chill time. How else is everybody's Sundays? Is everyone's Sunday going pretty well? Do any of y'all have work tomorrow? Do you not have work tomorrow? How are you going to be spending the rest of your evening? What are you going to be doing for the rest of the evening? Like, all that jazz. So, you let us know. Talk to us in the chat. We'd love to converse. We'd love to have you. We'd love to chat and get to know all of you. And if you have another Gunpla friend who's looking to share some build time, come by on Sundays, and with great intention, we stream and we build. That is what we do. Because we need communities like this. We want to have intentional communities like this. So, help us out, follow. Hit that follow button if you can. I would greatly appreciate it. Um, that way y'all can stay tuned and hang out with us and make your, like I was telling the person who was driving, make your intentions known that you want a community like this. And I would love to be able to build with all of you and chill and vibe with all of you and, figure out ways to create opportunities for all of us to kind of like link up, hook up, and maybe do a full-on build where we can all build together, like on a build Zoom. Because I would love to do that, and then stream the build Zoom, which would be dank. So I'd love to be able to do that and hang out with all of you and build Zoom, because who's ever done that before? No one, and I would like to be the one who helps do it. Zoom out just a tad here, that way we can see what I'm doing. Making things fit. Yeah, if you know anyone who's building right now or just kind of chilling and vibing and wants to build with me, you are free to build with me. I'd love to have you. If you're building right now, awesome. Tell me what you're building in the chat. And if you're not building and just kind of hanging out too, great. Tell me what's good in the areas that you are. Don't tell me where you're from at. Like, don't tell me if you're actually there, just because privacy, you don't want you doxing yourself. But, what's good? What's vibing? Go. That's so wild. And then it just swings down. That's crazy. I built this already, but like, dang, the amount of engineering that goes into this still blows my mind. Telling all the Discord bros to come in and come by. Beam and Sean. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Thank you. Love to be spending time with you too. Thank you for joining the crew. Thank you for joining the Nipper gang. Bum bum bum. Hold your nippers high. And moving in. Now we need A9. A9. Alright, so here's a question for the crew here. I know we have a few not only just a few followers, but then also a few viewing right now. Not specific to Gunpla, of course, but have you ever built a model before? What was your first model, and what was that experience like? Like, what did you do? And if it happens to be Gundam, great. Tell me about your Gundam experience. If it's non-Gundam, also same thing. Tell me about your experience. What was that experience like? What tools did you use? What were you building? If you even remember what you built. Non-Gundam was, I remember when the Titanic was like a huge thing. And I had the Revel model Titanic that needed to be painted and glued, and I never finished it. It was too hard. But then I had all the tools for it. But like when it came to Gundam and Gunpla, I was like, I didn't have anything. I grabbed toenail cutters, like scissors, like I was on another poor level. And I didn't compete when I was younger because it wasn't a thing to compete yet. I didn't think you could compete in a toy hobby, especially at the time, right? So then I went into Zoids. I stayed relatively close to Gundam, but definitely it had a big Zoids hit. Big Zoids kick. And even with that big Zoids kick, I still liked Gundam. And I had liked Gundam for a long time. Like, I remember my first one is the Wing Zero. I don't know if I have a copy of it. It must be somewhere. It was number 35. It was the Wing Gundam from Endless Waltz. So I do have one. It's the RG version, but I only had the HG Universal Century version, and that was the one that I clipped with nail cutters and scissors and just like dog equipment. So that was fun. But what was everyone's first build? If they've ever built a model kit before, it doesn't have to be Gundam related, because not everything's about Gunpla, bro. I just like being able to build, and I mean, of course, this is I am very into Gunpla now. Like, I've been building for ever. 19 years? And like, consistently. Like, there were times where like, I obviously couldn't afford to have a backlog, so I didn't hold a backlog, but when I was able to afford a backlog, I bought some stuff, and it worked out. And yeah. Yeah, and I'm sure, like, you know, everyone has their things. I wasn't into like Tamiya, like, you know, like the race car Tamiya. There was like a hobby shop near the house where I loved going because they had a racetrack, like a full-on Tamiya racetrack, and it was like the coolest thing because you're seeing all these cars just zipping by, like, pew! So cool. Like, meow, like just zooming past, and you're like, holy shit. So, yeah. So, Alright. So, it is now. We're almost an hour into our stream here. And we're gonna finish up this entire torso and make sure to call it an evening. Because the homie's got work tomorrow. I like how these are both slanted, and you kind of don't figure out which section it actually belongs to. I hope the music and like my voice is, equally balanced. Just because it's kind of hard trying to find like royalty-free music. So I hope this royalty-free lo-fi isn't too like overpowering or overbearing. You let me know. I may review this stream, after the fact and see like what things I can improve. So if you're viewing this right now and you're able to be in the chat, you let me know how it's going and what I can do to improve, so that way we could have a smoother, more predictable hangout. Also, again, if you're joining us for the first time, please, if you can, please follow this Twitch. We'd love to have that. I'd like to also bring in some pretty nice kits and like other things that you'd like me to do during a build night, and visit my Twitch and you can see like what my Instagram looks like and all the work that's going on in there. If you like what we're doing and like to see like maybe an improved audio or something like that, like help the channel out and help the stream out. Let's see here. Okay, clip those on. So 81 seconds. Okay. No, so how do you like the format? Like, how's the format going? Like, could this format be improved in any way? Let me know. I'd love to. I'm really grateful for the feedback, of course, and you let me know if you like what you like what you see, and we can definitely make it pretty fun and pretty interactive too. Make it pretty crazy, however we see fit, right? So it's just a matter of let's find a groove that works, and I think I have a couple of ideas already, but if you have any ideas, please let us know in any way. Maybe let us know in the next stream when we do another stream. But hope everyone is, depending on where you are in the world, it's Sunday where we're at. Sunday here where I'm at. Those of you who do not know, I am in my hobby room on the East Coast, chilling and vibing. It's hot. It's gonna be hot everywhere, so it's like, what else is new? The crazy part's having to split this in the middle, and you're like, ooh, this is like the nerve-wracking part right here, like this little part here. Ah, jeez. Oh my god, I'm throwing, like, moving all these things everywhere. So, this piece here. So, this piece is having me cut in the middle, and normally, sometimes you don't, but, you just gotta be careful, right? This is part of the waist skirt. And then after that, you obviously want to, cut it out and start, sculpting that back together again. So for your Gundam purchasing needs, not sponsored by them at all. I bought the T-shirt. Bought the T-shirt because they were doing a fundraiser where if they made enough money, the owner shaved their head. It was actually really great. So for any of your Gunpla or Gundam needs, visit www.gundampros.com and see what they got. Are very nice. They always pick up the phone. Very helpful, and I hope you're able to, take a look and see what they have to offer, and I'm sure that they will appreciate the patronage. So again, this was one of the T-shirts that I grabbed. That I bought from them when they were doing a fundraiser, and it was wonderful. Like, owner literally took all of his hair off. It was great. It was actually a very, it was an interesting time. Whew, man, it's hot. H-O-T, hot. Always going and sanding in one direction. Gosh, I don't know how many times I've already failed at that. Oh, I'm gouging pieces left or right. That's my nickname. No. Cut twice and sand to perfection. Ooh. There we go. Yeah, you want to make sure everything fits, right? Slide that here, slide that behind here. And we're going to go ahead and full on connect it here. Alright. And that looks like that completes our torso. So here's what we got so far. Torso, where the body or the legs meet. We got, well, the hips, the waist. And the backpack, and we have a head. There we go. So, go ahead and put it on its little pedestal here. And that is what we came up with today. Like, our planned intention today. We had planned to have this thing. Oh, hi, Luna. Welcome, welcome. We're doing pretty good so far. Just giving you a heads up. We talked about our Sunday, so thanks for jumping. Thanks for coming. We talked about some of the things, like more specifically, I was teaching somebody how to drive today. Did not yell at them at all because I did not want to get yelled at. Some people in chat over the course of the entire time we were streaming shared the type of car that they learned to drive with. B Mitchod 1212 was sharing that they had a 1990 gold Volvo station wagon with literally 0 power steering. Thanks. I know I'm glad it's looking pretty good. We're making moves here, so talked about that. We also talked about what was like driving, what was learning how to drive, and pretty much story time. Talked about how my dad was what taught me how to drive. Was not the best experience. Let's just go for that. And then starting around talking about a few other things, like how I got into Gundam, and asked where everybody else was at. Jeez, learn how to drive a bike. And even I can barely stand on the sidewalk. I'm like, hey, sidewalks are dangerous. Sometimes they creep up on you. Sometimes those little edges, you trip over and you're just like, I'm so dead. Talked a little bit about, how like hobbies and like how you got into your hobby, even if it was just like non-Gundam, because I am wearing a Gundam Pro shirt, but no way in any way sponsored by them whatsoever. I love building and I love the community. I got this shirt because there was a fundraiser that they were doing and the owner shaved their head because we raised a lot of money. And so, yeah, we're doing pretty good. I think we're going to do a bonus thing, depending on how much battery I got left. I got like 9%. So, because I left my charger downstairs and I wanted to run down and get it, but duty calls and I will probably have to go to bed because of work tomorrow. But again, if you haven't and you're on here and you haven't followed yet, please follow. Helps me out. And if you every Sunday, you'll see the schedule. Every Sunday night, 7:00, 7:30ish, I do stream. I try my best to stream and on a consistent basis, so that way I can not only bring the community together, but it's also very cathartic that I have Gundam time, and really being able to recenter myself into my week is really helpful for mental health and intention, and just reminding myself that we need to slow down a little bit and we need to take care of ourselves, and this is a great way for everybody to take care of themselves and also to join me in what my day looks like. I hope the audio is sounding really swanky. Also hoping that this copyright-free, royalty-free music is to everyone's taste. I do love me some lo-fi, so I hope everyone's really enjoying it. Here we go. Here's the 9:00 bell at the dot here. Hope you all have an amazing week, and if you catch me, I will probably be streaming some sort of game throughout the week, but Sunday is a dedicated Gundam day. So if the screen setup's kind of a little bit more basic, that it is a Gunpla building time. There's a lot more things that I have not set up here. but have set up on the Twitch app, the streaming app that they have for the computer. So I have to figure out all of the different translations from the Twitch app into OBS. But it's been a minute since I was able to do a setup just like this, where I can still interact with all of you on one camera, but then also you see the work in its splendor in front of you. So with that being said, everybody, thank you so much, all of you, for joining me on this beautiful Sunday. It is hot, stay cool, and as always, measure twice, cut once. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.